for the donation, though, Blake. All right, let's get into these Frank Tufano ments.
The crazy thing is that these secret society gang stalkers are trying to paint me as the bad guy. This company, Always Forwarding, literally let my meat rot in a cargo container in an attempt to extort me for storage fees. They were hired as a professional agency months back in April. Here's the email of me hiring them, a professional company paying them thousands of dollars to handle my customs clearance, and now I'm being painted as the bad guy. Oh, Frank Tufano is leaving bad negative reviews on Always Forwarding. Yeah, to warn every other small business about dealing with these fucking selfish creeps. They are going, this is how they make money. They extort small businesses and they don't want to get exposed for it. And they make a lot of money doing it, so they just call up their buddies, wipe their reviews clean, and continue this ridiculous behavior. And the only thing that can be done is expose them as much as possible. So please, I ask you guys to share the video.
I don't understand how he can be this worked up constantly all day long. Like, no wonder he has sleep problems. He's just constantly working himself up.
Look too far to find out that Always Forwarding is ran by a bunch of thieves and liars. Just a quick Google search, they were ruled to pay $800,000 to their former employees for not paying correct overtime wages. $800,000. So if a company like this was caught with that amount of money, you could probably assume that they've stolen millions.
That's not how that works. So if they weren't paying correct overtime hours for an employee, and there was a judgment ruled against them for $800,000, that doesn't mean they stole $800,000 in overtime wages. I don't know what the laws are in New York or whatever, but generally speaking, punitive damages match or double whatever the actual damages are. So let's say they stole $400,000 in overtime wages from a bunch of employees over a given time span, like maybe 10 years. So they would have to pay that money back plus punitive damages to as a punishment to say, you can't fucking do this, don't do it again. It's like an additional fee for not only reciprocity, but it's punitive. It's like, so you have to pay back what you owe, and on top of that, because you did a bad, you're being punished on top of that. So if they paid out $800,000, that doesn't mean they actually stole $800,000 from their employees. It was probably less than half.
Millions and millions from their employees. Probably even more, you know. These big billionaire corporate companies get away with a lot of things, so when they have to pay out, it tends to be a drop in the bucket. So I'm sure $800,000 for these guys was nothing, and then they just go and continue to take advantage of the rest of their employees. And I'm sure there's more court cases that I haven't found that have been against this company in the past.
Dude, Frank is such a fucktard. It's bizarre how he can obsess over this shit and make video after video after video.
Doctor owes me millions of dollars. This isn't too high on the priority.
Oh my god.
Alright guys, we've actually had these products for a while, but I haven't made a video on them because of all the other negative things going on. Like, if a doctor owes me millions of dollars, this isn't too high on the priority list. Especially with the negative things that happen every week, like that company letting $20,000 worth of my way.
This guy is so fucked. He's making a promotional video for new products, and the first thing that comes out of his mouth, I'm like kind of lazy and I didn't want to make a video about this because a doctor owes me $1 million and some other company fucking ruined $20,000 a product and I'm in lawsuits. Why are you bringing this up?
Beef brought in a cargo container. All my sales the entire year for Frankie's Naturals won't even pay for that. So that's why I try to ask you guys for help in as many ways as possible. But we did do 10 new products on Frankie's Naturals towards the end of last year, and we're actually supposed to have some new ones coming in, unless those burst into flames on a cargo container. Who knows what'll happen at this point. But we did sell some of these that I was making myself previously. However, the packaging and the formulation and like the containers and stuff are new for some of them. So we have the shampoo, conditioner, mouthwash. This is the bar soap, toothpaste, deodorant, moisturizing cream, sunscreen, shaving cream, and hair pomade. I kind of put this in order of what people commonly use because, you know, not everyone uses hair pomade on the end here. I guess a lot of people do use shaving cream if ladies use it for their body instead of their face, unless you're a 2025 lady. Sunscreen, moisturizing cream. So what we'll do is we'll talk about each of these individually and why I like them compared to other products on the market. But the general idea of Frankie's Naturals is minimal ingredient, as processed and heated as little as possible, and also affordable. There's some other companies, I mean most other companies, especially Based Body Works, their products are 3 times the price of mine, and they also have more ingredients, and I don't think they're as healthy or as effective. So you know, when these companies have control over the media and they're able to sell products for whatever price they can and take advantage of people, I don't think that's the way to run a business. The only reason they're selling those products for such a high price is that they either feel like they can rip people.
Soap is pretty fucking cheap, dude. Is he selling this on his like mineral supplement website? Where is he? Like, I can guarantee you, every fucking single time this guy says, oh, my products are so much more affordable, they're always, there we go, hygiene products. They're always way more expensive. Toothpaste, $10. That's kind of expensive-ish for toothpaste. Beef tallow moisturizing cream, $14. That's not cheap. Deodorant, $14. That's not cheap. Hair pomade, I don't even know what, is that just wax? Beef tallow bar soap. So 1 bar of soap, $6. That's not cheap. $18 for sunscreen. That's not cheap. And then the shampoo and conditioner, $14. That's not cheap. What's like L'Oreal shampoo? Yeah, I'm seeing listings for L'Oreal shampoo. For like,
just learned family friends of mine.
Or they're getting ripped off by an American manufacturer and they don't know how to actually source and formulate ingredients. So yeah, these are all available on frankiesnaturals.com, and you can see that website and all the other websites on frank-tufano.com. The shampoo and conditioner are both as few ingredients as possible, and I will be saying that a lot. However, in the case of shampoo specifically, there's not that many on the market that have a small amount of ingredients. Even like the minimal ingredient shampoos will still have like 15, 20 different things, But in this one, we just have water, shea butter in a few different forms. So there's like 2 different forms of shea butter, jojoba oil, glycerol stearate, and beeswax. So if you look at any other shampoo or conditioner on the market, it will not have as few ingredients as this. And that's the main thing to note, because before this I was using like the Lafia shampoo and conditioner, and even though that was the best one and the only one that was unscented, as these 2 are unscented, it still wasn't ideal. Sometimes these containers are a little iffy, but if you guys do have any issues with anything, please just reach out to me and we could always issue a refund. I accidentally took the label off the bar soap here, but I guess it's better that you can see it. We have some kind of goofy little face.
Wow, I thought Frank was trolling, but he is actually serious about his workout and horrible meat products. Wow, what a stupid human. Going vegan diet is literally what humans are supposed to eat.
I mean, the guy's a fucking retard. Like, he's a drug addict, can barely fucking work, paid for these dumbass fucking surgeries to make him cross-eyed. Like, he's a fucking retard. Thanks for the donation, PP Hole.
On every single one of these, some of them are different. The ones on the shampoo and the bar soap are both me with long hair. This only has 4 ingredients, so it has beef tallow, coconut oil, and 2 types of essential oils. So I like the bar soap because it does have a scent to it. So if you were working out or you do actually like stink a little bit, sometimes the unscented shampoos, it's a little bit harder to scrub yourself with. But all 3 of those, very, very low amount of ingredients, and also priced lower than most other stuff on the market. These I think are around $12 each, and the bar soap is around $3 or $4. And I cringe every time I go to like Ace Hardware and there's like an $8 bar of Dr. Squatch soap, as if anyone can afford that. So I really tried to make this as affordable as possible for you guys. And then we have the mouthwash, which has a kind of doofy logo, me with the big teeth. And so does the toothpaste. That's the same logo on that one. This one actually has a decent amount of ingredients in it. Aloe vera, liquid, xylitol, sea salt, and essential oils. I guess it only looks like a lot because there's so many different essential oils in here. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's like 8 different essential oils. But outside of that, there's only the aloe vera juice, xylitol, water, and sea salt.
Dude, this guy's high. Like, he's clearly high and on drugs right now. What a way to promote a product. There's a lot of ingredients. There's 1, 2, 3. Like,
so, I tried a bunch of different mouthwashes on the market, and this one tastes really, really good because we came up with a special formula. However, I would be careful about giving it to kids because they might swallow it, because it does actually taste good. And I don't really use it that much because even though it's all natural and organic ingredients, you can still kind of displace your oral microbiome. But I guess if you're not a hermit in your house and you have to interact with people, you do want your breath to smell good. So most people would probably want to use that on a daily basis. It's just, I'll touch one of the containers briefly. You guys can see the shampoos are just simple pump containers. The bar soap, you can rub it on a towel or washcloth. The mouthwash is same as other mouthwashes. You just pour it into the cap. And the rest of these products come in a box. So I will be opening them up before showing them to you guys. So the toothpaste is in your typical toothpaste.
Can the Mossad soy on Frank? Wonder what his day-to-day life is like aside from complaining every opportunity he gets.
I don't think the Mossad really cares too much about Frank, even though Frank thinks they care very much about him. His day-to-day life is really simple. He basically gets high on painkillers and sleeps all day. And then when he wakes up and the painkillers kind of wear off, he starts obsessing about something that went wrong, like, that shipping company, and then he gets mad, films like 8 short videos about it, then gets high again, falls asleep, and then occasionally, whenever he has to go to his warehouse for something, he gets one of his employees to drive him there because he's too high to drive. So that's basically his normal daily routine. Thanks for the donation though, Uncle Cummer.
Tube, whereas previously we were selling a tooth powder, which to me isn't as convenient, and this actually has the same exact ingredients that our tooth powder had. Minerals, calcium, magnesium, peppermint oil, they put xylitol as the flavoring agent, and then hydrated silica is just kind of water emulsified with clay instead of just the regular clay we're using. So this is literally the tooth powder formula we used to make, just in a more convenient paste form. So I really like that one. You guys can see this one has so actually the logo on the mouthwash is different than I made a mistake. Logo on the mouthwash is different than the toothpaste. So
Frank is not a millionaire. He's legitimately going broke. He crashed his car and completely totaled it. And he was looking for a new car. He went to a used car dealership and he bought a Lexus that was still pretty expensive. I think he paid something like $40,000 or $50,000 for it. And he had to finance it. He couldn't buy it outright. And I think like 2 days later, he decided he wanted to return it because he found out like the payments and everything would be too much money. So then he ended up leaving the car at the dealership and then I think filing some lawsuit for them to take it back. So he's not a millionaire. If he was a millionaire, he would not have trouble affording a fucking used Lexus. That's about $45,000. So he's yeah, so he's not a millionaire. He wouldn't have those sorts of problems where he just decides to return a fucking car because he can't afford it.
mouthwash is like me with kind of a gummy smile. The mouthwash is me with a gummy smile, and the toothpaste is me with like a really oversized jaw. Yeah, we tried to do a funny little different logo on each one. So next up we have the deodorant, and this is the same as the toothpaste, as in we were selling a deodorant in a jar that you had to like take with your finger and apply manually. This has the same exact ingredients as that one. So shea butter, arrowroot starch, lemongrass oil, lemon oil, jojoba oil, candelilla wax. So they added the wax to make it more pliable and a little easier to move. But I will say, myself as well as some people, sometimes they do have a hard time getting this to start. So I might be able to do it now. So it's maybe like 65 degrees in my house, and I was able to push this up. But especially in the wintertime or in the colder months, don't try to force this mechanism. You might actually break it. So you might want to just like put this in some hot or warm water for like 10 or 20 minutes before trying to push this up. It's not too big of a problem because it only happens in the winter time, but it was enough for me to mention it, and next time maybe we'll try to change the formula so that it's not as hard. But that's part of the reason, like this specific formula, it's super effective. And
Cool. So it's hard like a brick, which means it's not actually going to apply on your skin because it's hard like a fucking brick. And it's more expensive than any other fucking deodorant you can buy. That's great.
the ratio of ingredients works really well compared to other natural deodorants I found that don't really work that well. And that might be because they are diluting their formula in order for it to be easier to roll up and down, but we didn't have any problems today. So then we have our moisturizing cream, beef butter, which I came up with, that name and logo, and I thought it was really cool and creative. So that was the one that kind of branched away from the Frankie's Naturals logos with my face. And we've been selling a moisturizing cream for a long time. However, it is now whipped. So the texture is really, really nice and special. I like this a lot. Only 3 ingredients: beef tallow, jojoba oil, and shea butter. It says here, grass-fed beef.
So basically, this is way more gross than a normal skin moisturizer. So rather than just having, shea butter, natural oils, stuff like that, you have to add in body fat from a cow that's being hacked apart and mutilated, and then add that to the moisturizer you're supposed to put on your skin. How about no?
Tallow moisturizing cream, unscented formula, antioxidant properties, reduces inflammation. And the texture on this, guys, it's now really soft and whipped and really special. That's the difference between having commercial emulsification equipment and me making this stuff on my own. So there is a pretty significant difference in the texture and application of this new moisturizing cream, and I like it a lot more. And just to touch on those differences before, we weren't able to make a shampoo and a bar soap. Like I did not have the facility set up to do that. Same with the mouthwash. So these are actually like 4 completely new products we didn't have before. The toothpaste, the deodorant, and the moisturizing cream, these 3 things so far are like new and improved.
Yeah, it is funny. He got plastic surgery and then he's promoting, natural beauty products. Fucking stupid.
Versions of what I was making myself. The same formula, just texturally and container-wise, we made improvements. So next up, guys, we have sunscreen, and this is another completely new product. Was unable to make this on my own because you have to emulsify everything together very strongly. So in here there's water, glycerin, zinc, sodium chloride, and jojoba oil. And I would place a bet that you will not find a sunscreen with this little ingredients, because same thing as with the shampoo.
I don't know why he thinks that's a good thing. Like, if I were to sell a sunscreen that, just had, mud in it, does that mean it works better? Is it better for you? No. Just means there's one ingredient. Presumably, there's, multiple or many ingredients in some sunscreens because each ingredient is important and adds to the effectiveness of the sunscreen. Why would you brag? There's only 2 ingredients. Why is that a good thing? It's like engine oil. They put they put a bunch of additives in the oil to make it fucking work better. So like it can resist heat better. It stays like more like fluid and liquidy in cold temperatures. It has like good film strength, like all these qualities. Well, are you gonna brag? This oil only has like it doesn't have any additives. It's just oil. Well, it's also shittier. Like why? Why is that a selling point?
Shampoo conditioner. Every other sunscreen on the market had like 10, 15, 20 ingredients minimum. Why? I don't know. Haven't used this one a lot yet myself because
Like he's admitting he's a fucking retard. So why do they have like a lot of ingredients in them? I have no idea. So you have no idea if those ingredients are necessary for like an ideal best sunscreen. So you just deliberately decided to make a sunscreen with as few ingredients as possible without any knowledge of whether or not that would make it a worse sunscreen. Like, he's such a fucking idiot.
I'm laying in bed all day, but this one has like a nice little pump action on top. You can just pump it.
Yeah, there you go. Pan. There you go. He said he's laying in bed all day. He's high. He's high right now. He's acting fucking weird and talking really slow and has trouble focusing. This guy's high on pain meds again. So this guy spends all day in bed, high on fucking pain meds, and then when they wear off for like, 20, 30 minutes, he then makes a bunch of like fucking videos for, his YouTube shorts, whining and crying about, oh, this person scammed me, the Jews are after me again. And then he gets back on his pain meds and lies in bed again. He's such a fucking idiot.
And apply it. Really, really special product, not only because of how few ingredients are in it, it's very affordable. Sorry, I didn't double check the price.
It's not even particular. So again, this is garbage. It literally just has like, whatever, the oil and zinc in it, whatever the fuck it was. And it's as expensive, if not more expensive, than these other sunscreens that have a better formulation. So you're paying the same, if not more, for worse. Like, this guy's just a fucking clown.
Guys, but it's like half of what everyone else is selling these for. Because normally for this quality...
Seriously, what is wrong with Frank and how does he get away with this? It absolutely makes no sense. It's just sad.
Well, there's a lot of idiots. Like, if you've ever wondered, like, look at fucking Greg. He's selling that worthless fucking turkesterone supplement. There's idiots who will just buy fucking garbage on the fucking internet. Like, that's why Temu exists. People see garbage on fucking Temu and then fucking buy it even though it's gonna break or it's like just an outright scam and doesn't work. Like people are just fucking stupid and they'll buy this dumb horseshit. So, I mean, if you don't care about ethics, or like maybe you do a little bit, but just to like a small degree, and you want to make money, sell stupid people garbage that is either worse or doesn't work or is of very little actual value, and you can make money off of it. Like Frank, or Greg Doucette, or any other fucking asshole who's just selling garbage. So yeah, there's just a lot of stupid people that are easy to take advantage of. That's how it is. Thanks for the donation, though, PP Hole.
Sunscreen with natural, organic, minimal ingredients, you have to pay like $30, $40. This I think is 15 or 20. So I'm always trying to make things affordable for you guys, and I don't price things based on what the market is.
The FDA says you cannot sell sunscreen without testing. You have to put it as a lotion. Frank said he wasn't able to make the formulation on his own, so he might have... It says sunscreen. says manufactured for Frank Tufano. So he clearly, yeah, he might have just gotten a white label product that has actually been tested, and that's why you can call it a sunscreen. Oh, it's $18. Yeah, dude, this is a ripoff. Total scam. Enigma donated $2 was
based on what I spent and as low as possible. I don't think I showed you guys the deodorant logo is me like sniffing a stench.
Yeah, buddy, like, it doesn't matter if the aliens can multiply like crazy. What would you do if you woke up and you were Frank? I'd probably kill myself. I mean, what would be the smart thing for him to do? Kill himself. Besides ending himself, that's the only smart thing to do. Instead of laying in bed and getting high on pain meds, what can he do? Well, like, he's just fucked, right? His older brother was the only smart one born in their family. Him and his sister are retarded, and his sister is literally retarded. I don't know what happened, but like Frank's mom's eggs got fucked up after they had their first kid. Frank came out retarded, and his sister came out even more retarded. She's like literally mentally disabled. And Frank is borderline retarded. I can guarantee you if you were to test his IQ, it would be like around 80. So he's just fucked. There's no helping him. The problem with Frank, too, is he's a narcissist. So he can never admit there's anything wrong with him or that he can improve on something or that he needs help. So even if you were to try to give him advice and like help him, he'll never take your advice because he thinks he's perfect. There's nothing wrong with him. The only reason anyone is trying to help him or tell him what to do is because they're part of the Illuminati and they're trying to destroy his life or something. Like, there's literally no helping him. He will never seek out help, and anybody who actually tries to help him, because of his fucking delusional narcissist, like, fucked up brain, he will think that they're trying to lie to him and gaslight him and like brainwash him or something or take advantage of him. So he's just fucked. Like what do you do? And I mean, the guy's constantly miserable, stressing out. I don't know exactly what he's getting out of life. Like, yeah, you might as well just... I'm not, like, obviously because YouTube terms of service, but I mean, like, the guy's just fucked. So yeah, if I were Frank, and I don't know, assuming, like, let's say if what you mean by what if you woke up as Frank, like, there was a small window of time when I switched bodies with Frank where I still had my like Richard brain, but my Richard brain was going to turn into Frank's brain. Yeah, I'd kill myself knowing I would turn into Frank because I do not want to live like this guy. He is a delusional fucking whack job. He probably has early onset schizophrenia, and he's only going to make his life worse and worse and worse and worse. And there's no helping him. Again, the guy is delusional as fuck because of his narcissism. So if I woke up in Frank's body and I knew after a few minutes I was going to turn, like my brain was going to turn into Frank Tufano's brain, I'd end it all. I don't want to live like that. Thanks for the donation though, Dodo. Dodo donated $2. What if you had your Richard brain and you woke up as Frank and killing yourself was not an option? Then what would you do? Maybe I'd try to like hit myself in the head really hard to rewire Frank's brain. Sometimes it works. Like some people do get hit in the head and it actually sorts them out. It's rare, but I mean, like, that's really the only thing that's gonna help Frank. Like, at this point, like, he has to have some sort of rewiring of his neurons. Like, I don't know if he could do enough mushrooms or get hit in the head, but, like, you know, But yeah, like normal intervention and, psychotherapy, it's not going to do anything for him. You would shut down all his business, or would you rebrand them as vegan? How would you dig yourself out of your financial burden? Let's say you had your body too. Well, if I had my body, then I wouldn't have Frank's body. Like, I don't know what you mean by that. I don't think there would be any point in switching over Frank's business to like a vegan business because nobody would buy anything. All of your clientele would be built up as like this, meat. So you'd lose all of your clientele immediately. And Frank doesn't have any like money saved up to take that kind of financial risk and then like build up a new clientele. So yeah, I would just declare bankruptcy. Or like try to sell the business to someone else. Something like that. You know what? If I was in Frank's position, I'd just kill myself. Like, what would be the point? I wouldn't even try. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. Sander Bling. Let me see.
Oh, you guys should have seen the original logo I was going to put on this. You would have got deplatformed off YouTube for sure. Deplatformed off YouTube for sure. Let's just say I had a very big nose and I might have been rubbing my hands together while sniffing. Definitely would have gotten deplatformed. The Sunscreen.
Oh, wow. Jeez, he's talking about the he's talking about this. Dude, Frank is a fucking piece of shit. So when he's talking about I had a really big nose and I was rubbing my hands together, that's what he's talking about. So this guy is a massive fucking Nazi anti-Semite. What a fucking shithead.
Screen is me just chilling with some shades on. I thought that was kind of funny. The beef butter has two different logos, just like a cute cow on top and then another cute cow on the side. All these logos, guys, for all my products, they are custom designed by me, so you will not see them anywhere else. Then we got our shaving cream, which is me with a beard, which I unfortunately cannot grow. And this is another, like, some of these you might be able to find products that have pretty few ingredients, but about half of them, no. Same thing with the this here, the shaving cream. Usually very difficult to find a shaving cream that has a low amount of ingredients. This one is just water, glycerin, we have aloe vera, organic white grape juice, coconut oil, and jojoba oil. So whether you want to shave your face or other parts of your body or whatever, this is really nice. What I like doing is I'll use some clippers and then I'll use, I forgot what it's called. It's like something that gets a little closer. So I use clippers, the regular clippers, that thing that gets a little closer shave, and then I'll put a little bit of shaving cream on and use the straight razor if I want to get as close of a shave as possible, but I don't really shave more than once every 2 weeks anyway. So for me, this isn't a product that I use that much, although I wish I was able to use it more. And last but not least, we have our hair pomade shaving cream. That logo is me with my hair slicked back. Looks a little messed up, but we spent a long time trying to get that right. I just kind of gave up. The hairline isn't correct, but it's whatever. So we used to sell a hair pomade. Shaving cream, another completely new product. Never had shaving cream before, but hair pomade we did have before, except it was like really, really hard. You had to kind of like scrape it out with your thumbnail, warm it up with some hot water. This hair pomade is completely water soluble. I like to compare it to Layrite. If you have a lot of hair, like if I have a lot of hair right now, you'll use this up really quickly. But if you just have regular short hair, it's not too crazy, and it's definitely more affordable because pomades in general are really expensive. And I was actually, I think, the first person to actually have a natural hair pomade on the market all those years ago, and now there's like dozens of them, so go figure.
Sure.
As usual, people making millions of dollars off of my creativity. So
I was the first person to think of the idea of natural hair pomade, then everyone copied me. Okay.
this one has water,
Fucking
glycerin,
idiot.
beeswax, coconut oil, shea butter, jojoba oil, honey, candelia wax, cedarwood oil. This is basically the same formula that I used to make myself, except we've added water, coconut oil, and candelia wax to make it emulsified and water soluble. So although the ingredients are similar, it's a completely different product. Like the texture and application and everything are not even close, but because it's I really like that. It's not even that masculine of a scent. It's just, it's kind of like nice, almost kind of woodsy.
Soul Child Tiller.
But it's definitely like I guess you can say it's masculine, but it's just kind of like an old school scent. You know, it reminds you of a barber shop. That's what I think of when I smell this. So it is, you know, minimal inflammatory, minimal ingredient, like really, really healthy for your hair and stuff. But it is way different than the old one. Yeah, this video's pretty long, so I won't ramble on too much more, but this is definitely the most affordable and highest quality minimal ingredient product line to my knowledge available online. So if you guys want to share this,
Yeah, somehow less ingredients means better. Why don't you just sell water and then call it shampoo? Oh, or you know what, just sell empty bottles and say it's imaginary shampoo, 0 ingredients, because the less ingredients, the better. Just imagine that you're like pumping out shampoo and then imagine yourself lathering it up. 0 ingredients, so it's better than actually buying something.
with whoever, you know, maybe even get it as gifts. They're very affordable, nice for people to try out. Everyone that I know so far has loved everything, loved the formulas. Like the beef butter, the beef tallow is a very approachable gift to get people as an introduction. It's just really nice to have this stuff that's not only, you know, made with the highest quality ingredients. You know, there's as little stuff as possible in there if you're really, really sensitive. And I'm not charging crazy prices like everyone else. I think you can get everything here, every single thing here, for around like $120, which definitely can't be said about other companies online. You know, you'll probably be spending several $100s, and not only that, their products tend to be smaller and not last as long. So hopefully you guys enjoy this, and we should have already had the other stuff in. We're supposed to have similar to this, a dental floss, but also like all the house cleaning stuff. But I won't talk about that stuff. Hopefully it comes relatively soon. I don't know what's taking them so long. This was already crazy. This stuff took like, I think 6 months from the time I ordered it. That stuff, it's been 7 or 8 or 9 months. I don't know what's going on over there, but they should have already sent me that product. Because literally around this time last year, well, maybe we didn't get this stuff until like October, but you know, it's almost dawning on a year at this point that I've had this stuff in stock, and I ordered those other products immediately after we got these in. So frankiesnaturals.com. Thanks for joining me today, guys. You can check out all the other business as well on frank-tufano.com if you want to look at all these unique and interesting products that I've come up with my own creativity.
He literally admitted the sunscreen was a white label product that he just bought, probably from a Chinese supplier. Oh yeah, I invented this. I came up with it with my own creativity. A fucking shitty sunscreen that I bought from a Chinese supplier. Okay.
So we have a bunch of interesting stuff on organ supplements.
What a dork. Just fucking dumbass dork.
Jason, we're